Hey yo, 10 shots, 6 blunts blowing through the session. Dragging on a split, free and dragging on a clip. A MC in the booth, an assassin on the roof. I'm just waiting to shoot. Nigga, hurry up and die. Greatest truck of spares, you would think you had drama.
That's really good, ladies and gentlemen. I'm here with none other than AB Muffins Martinez. Gentlemen, y'all know who we got in the building. So AB, please introduce yourself. Jorge, you go last, and then you introduce I'm telling you now who I'm hyped up to talk to. AB, talk to me real quick.
You know what, man? I don't even want to introduce myself. I really, really want to get to this interview.
Yes, please.
Seriously.
There
AB,
ain't no,
Jorge, introduce him.
Dude, there ain't no who we are. They don't care about us.
Introduce the man.
Yo, we're here with 20-year vet, one of the MLW pillars, one of the Los Maximos, one of the SATs. Mr. Joel Maximo is in the house. Go.
Thank you, guys. Thank you for having me, man. I'm so excited to be amongst my people, man. What's going on?
The only thing that sucks about Mr. Maximo is that he's a Yankee fan. I don't like that, but that's okay.
You know, I'm from Brooklyn. You know what it is? If you're from Brooklyn and Bronx, Yankees what it is.
Well, please do not get Chef started about that, please, about the boroughs. And then he's gonna start, oh, I'm from here, I'm from there.
Listen, I ain't gonna lie. When MLW introduced you guys that you were from Queens, I was like, oh, these is my motherfuckers here. And then you were like, yo, I'm from Brooklyn. And I was like, yo, Brooklyn finest. I bang with Brooklyn. You just play ball in Brooklyn. I love Brooklyn.
Thing, bro. Same thing. Except that Queens really likes the Mets.
Oh, no. Like, my mother's born in the Bronx. My father's from Spanish Harlem. So it was like Yankees had to be what it was. Like,
that's awesome, bro. That's so cool, bro.
Yeah, I just showed you the flag, and you mentioned that we need two names of your students. So can you mention those two guys again?
Santana and Ortiz. They trained under the Ludus, which is was my school. Yeah, I was their teacher for a while.
Look at that shit. LAX, baby.
Yeah, they broke out and they went to House of Glory.
Yep. LAX.
So it's gotta be a very rewarding thing to see two of your pupils. You know, they obviously went to House of Glory, then they go to Impact Wrestling, they win belts, and it's definitely a reflection of obviously from you. But now my question is I'm not even trying to talk LAX or nothing else. How did you, being from the city, like, I mean, let's be honest, and I know every big city, you got that crazy street thing, but like, how did you say, you know what, I want to be a professional wrestler? What enticed you to actually say, I'm actually going to, you know, chill with this shit to get involved with this and make a career out of it?
I don't know. Well, when I first got here to America from Puerto Rico, we moved into a wrestler called Chris Divine. He wasn't a wrestler at the time, but that's who he is, Chris Divine. And he introduced us actually to wrestling. I used to watch on WWC in Puerto Rico. That was the only wrestling I knew. Till I was around 9 years old when I got here to America, and Chris Divine put us up to like ECW and WWE, WWF at the time, and that's how we started watching and falling in love with wrestling. He actually started buying tapes from Japan, like Toriman and a New Japan and War, all those old school Japanese tapes, and we used to start falling in love with that. So that's how we came about. It was all because of Chris Divine.
Wow.
Yeah.
How did you guys get into MLW originally?
Yeah. So the story is, we were watching wrestling one day. There was a ECW on MSG. You guys remember? It was like 1 o'clock in the morning.
Yes, sir.
And then they gave a commercial about the House of Hardcore in Long Island, and we took down the directions and shit. Mind you, we're like 15, 16 years old, broke, right? I lived with 4 brothers, 1 sister, my parents, 2-bedroom. It was that, man, for me. And we actually went to Long Island to find the school. It was closed when we got there, but we saw it said ECW House of Hardcore. Main teacher was Taz. and our assistant teacher was Mikey Whipwreck. And we went to the mall to eat, and they were giving out flyers for HWA, which used to belong to Paul Loria and Mikey Whipwreck. And they had a show that Saturday. So we went. It was my first independent show. I never been to a show like this in my life. It was insane. They had like 800 people in a garage. They had like an entranceway, lights, the whole shit. I was like, what the hell? I thought they were taping for TV. And Mikey Whipwreck was bringing in like Super Crazy and Tajiri. At the time, they were big stars. And we started bothering him like, yo, teach us, you know? And he was like, he told us to go to Danbury, Connecticut to an ECW show to do ring crew. We ended up going over there, the ring crew. We not once stepped in the ring yet. And professionally, I mean, because before that we were doing backyard wrestling and the whole, the whole nine. We used to train in this arena, Puerto Rico, where Low Key, the Hit Squad, all those guys came from. But we wasn't professionally trained. So when Mikey got a hold of us and he started taking us to the House of Hardcore, he started teaching us there. We were training for about a year. It was me, my brother Jose, Amazing Red, Brian Excel, Quiet Storm, and Chris Divine. Chris Divine paid for all of us to go to that school. It was like $3,500 a piece. He paid for everybody. And he did that shit. He did that because he didn't want us in the streets. We grew up in Saddam and Wyckoff. That shit was really bad at the time. And yeah, you know what that's at.
Yeah, thanks.
Right on Bushwick. Yeah, it was bad. And we just, I don't know, man. We used to sneak in. Mikey used to close, and we used to make believe we left, and we'll come around, and we'll stay in there till like 4 a.m, just making up shit, making up moves and moves after move after move. We used to. I don't know how we did that shit, man. We would train like 5 times a week. This is what I tell young cats now that they starve to wrestle. It's like, man, if you would have took longer training, there's nothing anyone could deny them in the ring. You know what I mean? But it went from there.
No, the problem with these young guys, my fault. The problem, because I know a lot of young independent guys. A lot of these guys, they think they train for a few weeks or a few months. They know everything. They think they know more than everything, and they field ready. And it's like, yo, you guys barely understand how to keep yourself safe. Like, this shit takes time, man. Like, I don't know, man.
But with that being, go ahead.
And the crazy thing is like, watching you guys back in the 2002, 3, 4 again in MLW, I seen you create moves that are being used now, and I'm going like, holy shit, hold on, I've seen this before. And then I remember, I think the Maximos were doing stuff like you and your brother or the cousin, and I'm like, hold on, I know they created this move that did this, of course, and they don't give you guys credit because now everything is a different name to something else. But I'm shit like, I know I've seen this shit like 15 years ago down in LLW. So
yeah,
I mean,
we created a lot of like crazy impactful double teams, like the DDT of the shoulder, the tope to the outside, and then catch the guy in the DDT. That was created by Jose Maximo. I'm talking about 2002. Spanish Fly, we did it in '98.
Yes. The Spanish Fly was the one.
Canadian Destroyer, we made that baby up in a pool in Atlanta the day before our debut in TNA. We gave it to Quiet Storm because he didn't have a wrestling finisher, and he was practicing it prior to that at the school at AEW, where we used to train with Mikey Whipwreck. And that baby is ours too, Canadian Destroyer. P.D. Williams gave Quiet Storm, I believe, $25 so he could be able to use it. Yeah.
So supposedly P.D. created that in Canada.
Yeah, he made it famous, but it wasn't created by him. The Tower of Doom was made up by us in 2002 in Ring of Honor. That was my creation. I told everybody to do double powerbomb, double Russian leg sweep with the double suplex. That was all me. Yeah, man. But you know what? And the powerbomb to the knees that you see,
yes.
Tommaso Ciampa, my brother made it up. It's actually called the SAT bomb. That's why Teddy R calls it, because it's after my brother. And then the beach breaker, I made that up too. But Orange Cassidy, actually, when he was Red Ant in Chicago, I used to book him on my shows in Brooklyn. And we had a talk about that. And he told me that why he uses the movies because of me and all that shit. But it is what it is, man. We climbing back up at this
How-
age, bro.
Yeah, how did you and your brother, because you say you have 4 brothers, the other 2 brothers didn't
Yeah.
like the wrestling, or it was just you 2 guys?
Well, Jonathan is a preacher now, so he took that turn in his life, and he didn't want to look back, and we are blessed because of that. You know, Will was still so young that he couldn't wrestle in a lot of states. He's always been there though, and then Jose, when he stepped out, Will came up because he got of age, and then now my brother Jose is back, so it's all 3 of us. Yeah,
No, Will is your
Wow.
cousin, right?
Will's my brother.
No, it's his
Well,
brother. He said.
No,
Yeah,
no, but
that's
I'm
what
saying, but don't you also have a cousin who's part of the group too, or no?
Amazing Red. Red, amazing. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah, because I could have swore I had read somewhere there was 2 brothers and then a cousin. Because every time I read it, and I'm like, hold on, I thought there were 3 brothers though. That's why I was confused about that.
No,
So it's 3
no, my
brothers.
little brother. Yeah, my
All
little
right,
brother
so-
Will, and
All
my
right, so
brother
it's 3
Jose.
brothers. All right.
I'm the oldest, so
Okay.
it's me, Jose, then Jonathan, then Will. Jonathan's the preacher. He's not doing it anymore.
So it's all 4.
Yeah.
I gotta ask you because every time, and I'm not big on Twitter, I hate Twitter, but every time MLW posts something about a tag team thing, Lance and Noise speaks, and then you're like, yo, y'all gotta come through us. So I'm wondering, like, is this something that's gonna be talked into like it happening because they're new, you guys are official? Like, I think because like everyone knows the old school SST thing. It's not a secret. But right now, for Los Maximos to come back and an SST form now, I think it would be a dope pairing to kind of show a new look to MLW. Like, yo, the tag team division is here, and this is what we can do, and showcase you guys coming out. Listen, both you guys are gonna go to war. Like, none of you guys are gonna come with this
You know
soft
what's crazy?
bullshit.
What's crazy about that story is that when I first, somebody asked when did we first get into MLW? My first match in MLW was against Christopher Daniels, Dick Togo, and Hidaka. It was at the Grand Ballroom in Manhattan. And that's online somewhere. It's really fucking cool. We actually weren't booked. TNA gave us off that weekend, and we decided to go up there to the Hammerstein Ballroom to see if we could get on the show. And the
Jesus.
2 guys that were supposed to make the show didn't make the show. And we went up to Corbao and was like, yo, man, can we get on? And he was like, oh, man, and Super Crazy's opponent didn't show up either. So they put Red against Super Crazy, and they put me and my brother with Quiet Storm against Christopher Daniels, Dick Togo, and Hidaka. Yeah. And that day they offered us a contract.
Oh, what?
Yeah.
Now, were you
Amazing
signed
story,
to
man.
Impact to TNA at that time, or you weren't?
Yeah, I was signed. So we didn't sign with MLW until I went back to Japan and we violated our TNA contract.
Oh shit.
Yeah, we went. We
Wow.
went. It's a big story. We everybody else was going, and we always have something about us that is always getting overlooked. And you know, I don't want to say it's just a Spanish thing. It's just because I'm very creative with my wrestling. I don't treat it like it's my life. It's what I've been doing for the last 21 years. So at times we felt like there wasn't doing like we won 3 number 1 contenderships and we got to the titles and they never put us over because they said we were over. That the fact was that we were too over to have titles, which is bullshit. Nobody remembers the guys that were over. People remember champions. You know, in reality, the stats is what works, right? The only thing that I feel we got blessed with is that we made up moves like Spanish Fly and Canadian Destroyer. So 100 years from now, that shit's gonna be still being done, and it's all because of us, you know.
Yeah.
But we left to Japan on the contract, and they terminated us. So then MLW picked us up. That's what happened there.
Wow.
Yeah, thank God we didn't get sued. We didn't have enough money to get sued.
AB, you got to talk to him. AB, my fault. We keep
That's what I'm
jumping in.
saying,
Talking.
man. He can't be
No,
eating tacos over there.
Man, I do smell my wife's cooking back there. Hey,
Oh,
man.
Lord.
So talk to me about the match against the Briscoe brothers in February.
Oh yes.
Oh man.
Yes.
I know we're going away from MLW stuff, but we gotta hit that.
Well, the MLW, I want to finish it off with, you know, we started with the Samoans, that was our biggest story in MLW at first, and now we're going with his son and the new generation of Samoans, which makes me is a blessing, man. To be able to battle the father and then the son is crazy. That I'm still on my feet throwing punches.
Well, so I got to say something really quickly. You touched on earlier. You touched on performance and being able to get a lot of the young talent to understand that they need training. And I got to say that this probably speaks to your understanding of how much training and basics goes. That you are, and I'm just going to guess, in 30s. You're in your 30s and you're still out there doing your stuff, right?
I'm in my 40s.
What? No.
Yeah.
And I was trying to do the math, and I'm like, I don't know if they started at 15 or they started, it was illegal to do that. But if you did,
my brothers are in the 30s. I just turned 40.
Okay. Well, you're looking great, man.
Thank you, bro. Thank you. Fucking so going back to Briscoes, they're my best friends in the business. We came up together. We did our first CZW show against each other, actually, and it was just a back and forth thing. Everywhere we went, it was SAT versus Briscoes. I think we wrestled more than 29 times.
Damn. Wow.
Yeah, and we beaten them more times than they're beating us. I hope they see.
That's because you're over. That's because
we're over, right? They talk about this fucking FTR guys that just came into the business and call themselves legends, which is real cute. Because we're gonna bump into them sooner or later, man. There's a lot of plans coming ahead, and we in a good spot right now, man. Like they're playing tug of war with us, and we actually about to make a choice. It's gonna be great.
Nice. So I know you talked briefly about the Spanish thing, because we constantly feel, and whenever we talk to Latinos, we always try to get that shit off, because we do feel that we're overlooked. If you look at all the big shows, they're always kind of, you see the talent, everyone's fans of them, but they just won't put titles on them. Yet, like, obviously Impact did with LAX. You recently had 5150 who did their thing, but then it was taken off. But for the majority, you got guys like Pentagon and Ray Phoenix who are studs and pause, but they don't put titles on them. LAX, to me, and I'll say here, I don't care, was wasted in AEW. There's so many guys that are just, you see them, you become fans, and you're like, yo, I don't get why they're not pushed the way they are. I don't understand why they're afraid to put titles on them, because I think with wrestling is such a big thing. There's so many titles. You can have so many different demographics hold belts that touch to everybody, and they seem to always forget about us, but we're the ones who are the stars. Like, it burns me, and it for you, I'm curious, how do you sit back and you go, damn, are we going to be the ones that change that? Or how do you make that change? You know what I mean?
You know what's crazy? That right now we sort of took this into our own hands. It wasn't like we got a call back, or like me and my brothers were talking and we was watching. I don't know if y'all watch boxing, Edgar Belanga.
Yeah.
Well, he's our boy, and we saw him come up, man. And he used to come to our church. He was a young 13-year-old, 14, 15. Saw him come up and shit. And he was talking to my brother in the mall not so long ago before my brother returned. He was like, bro, man, like, why you stop? You guys are like the shit in wrestling. It's like, your people look up to you. And then my brother came to me. He was like, yo, let's just get in shape and let's do what we do. We do it better than everybody else, man. Like, you go ask the Briscoes in person, they will tell you how much they learn from us, how much, and I will always say how much I learn from them, but the facts are facts, man. Like, we know how to wrestle. That's a fact. Well, when we choose to go out there and do what we do, like fly around and do death-defying moves, is because that's how we want to showcase ourselves. It doesn't mean that we're just spot monkeys, because I go out wrestle the best of them. It's just that's the line or the lane that we took into pro wrestling. We want to be known as those crazy guys. That's who we are. And
No, go ahead.
No, you was gonna say something. Go ahead.
I was gonna say something that I just remember something that I'm actually upset at you guys now, because you were at the 20th anniversary for Rey Mysterio, and you watched them get beat and didn't do a damn thing to help the man. You stood there. I'm like, why are the Maximo helping Rey Mysterio? It's 3 against 1. Like, you guys are there. Do something. Move for the love of God. Help him.
What's crazy is that we were trying to make.
Let him talk, bro. You're fucking emotional right now.
Hold up. Because then he went on Twitter saying, well, security held us back. There wasn't no security anywhere.
Yeah, bro, there was a lot of security in the back, first off. And then my brother messed up the paperwork, so we couldn't get on hand-to-hand combat with anyone.
See? You see? Why are you complaining? Instead of just letting the man talk, he would tell you they couldn't do the thing.
First of all, we're Puerto Ricans. We don't wait for paperwork. We start swinging and ask questions later. Like, what happened? I don't know. Watch some fists fly, and we just went there too.
Yeah, man, I'm glad. And we got, man, that phone call came that Saturday, bro. That Saturday before Monday. Yeah, they was like, hey, man, Ray want to holler at you, blah, blah, blah. And then we got in touch with Ray, and he was like, yo, come through. And I was like, cool.
That was such an amazing segment because I'm so proud of watching it because it was like a little mini party. And then you look over and say, holy shit, hold up, that's the Maximos right there. All 3 of them. And then the chick kiss, what's her name? Angela Risk, who I'm pretty sure she's also Latina because I would see her all the time. So I'll say, this kind of cool. They have some up and comers who've been busting their ass out there, like have a little shine on TV for future episodes or something. Now the Joel Jose, will get us on TV show. Like, I think this Puerto Ricans look cool. Let's get them into a show for us. On NBC or USA, some shit. So I mean, you get any casting calls from that?
What?
Any casting calls? Any casting calls yet?
No casting calls.
No, yeah, all right. We got to get you out there, bro. We got to get you out there.
we being very smart about what we're doing. We're picking and choosing, man. And the body doesn't heal like it used to,
Well, bro,
that is true.
I'm 43, so I understand the body hurts. You know what I mean? But like
you're 20, bro.
It's that Puerto Rican thing. You know what I mean?
Good.
But like the one thing I always like to try to tell people is, especially from my city, I know you'll call it your city as well, is when people like you are on TV or on YouTube or whatever, it shows young kids that are in a struggle. Yo, there's another way out. You know what I mean? And I always tell people like you, yo, thank you very much, because I understand. I know you're from it. It's hard when the OGs are the OGs and you don't have that right guidance. But when they see guys like you, Santana, Ortiz, Slice Boogie, so on, it shows young cats like, yo, I could be that. And now with social media, wrestling is a thing where when, we were young, there was no social media. Everybody had like pages and, you know what I mean? Like beepers and shit. So now there's such an easy way. If they go, oh man, I like this guy, I could YouTube. You know what I mean? And you yourself have done a lot for the culture, even if, like you said, not just the moves, you in general. You know what I'm saying? So, like I said, on behalf of everybody, I want to say thank you. I'm not cutting this off. I just wanted to say thank you before anything happens or they say anything else, because people like you deserve all the respect you deserve.
Thank you so much, bro. And this is why this run has been great, bro. The amount of like love we're getting from you guys and like everyone is insane. It's like the young guys that we thought wouldn't be like assholes in the locker room. They just want to learn, and everybody just shows a lot of respect, a lot of love. We're just trying to fight for a job right now. You know what I'm saying? So with people like behind us, bro, I'm pretty sure we end up somewhere really quick, man. I'm serious. That's what we're doing, man. And it's because of that, because I want to open a couple of schools. Half of my students, at times I train a lot of students that couldn't pay me, including Santana Ortiz. Anyways, and and I'm glad that I, fighting with them and saying whatever I had to say and kicking them out of the school and then calling them back. That's how we did it. It worked out, it worked out for them, and I'm glad that they are where they at. And they got to prepare. We're back in the biz, and we're their daddies. We gotta spank them up.
Would you
Gentlemen.
would you want to talk about how Santana or Ortiz were used in AEW? Do you have any thoughts on that? And if you don't want to speak on it, I completely understand.
No.
We'll cut this out.
No, I'm cool. I think that they were misused because they had I think they gave them too much in their, I don't know how to explain it. So they put them in a group instead of focusing on the tag team. And they did all those stories that only landed on the spotlight of Jericho, which is the biggest star. No offense to anybody. But Santana Ortiz was not used properly. I think the tag team division just heated up in AEW, to tell you the truth. I hate when they put two single competitors and they make them champions, and then they make them a tag team, and then they break them up. It just shits on the whole concept of a tag team.
Mhm.
That's my opinion. Yeah.
Yeah, I do see that. I think a lot of us do see that too. We talk a lot of MLW,
MLW
mostly
respects tag
MLW. Yeah,
MLW respects tag team. Yeah, they respect tag team legacy. They love tag team wrestling. So does N.W.A, for what I hear.
Yes.
N.W.A and the tag team division is really, really cool.
Yes.
Yeah, so that's the only problem. I think AEW's tag team division right now is hot. I think the trios thing is cool. Again, they went ahead and started putting people together just because, instead of like opening the broad wider, don't shoot for us. I'm not saying come give me a job. Care less. I made a lot of money on my own doing my own thing, but there's a lot of talent out there that they could have brought in to, get the company even more hype. And I don't know. It's just crazy with the tag team over there.
No,
I can't believe that.
I'm gonna be
I can't even believe that Santana Ortiz never held the titles.
only an Impact.
No,
Yeah,
and it seemed like they were just about to start building them up, and then they brought that JAS in, and they started putting Santana with, or I'm sorry, Ortiz with with Kingston, and it just seems like so many talent there is just misused, and it sucks that they're Latinos again, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I
Yeah.
want to say I'm extremely biased to MLW. It's a promotion I like watching. I think you guys should be part of MLW because I'm extremely biased, and I think it would be dope. Yeah, I'm just being honest. I think it would be dope to see you versus Hustle and Power, see you versus Devon Erics, 5150. I think would be dope when Slice Boogie can actually wrestle again over there. But I think there's so many dope opportunities, especially with SSD as well, that you guys would bring such a breath of fresh air. And a lot of people don't understand this when I say this. If you guys walk out, you guys, as soon as you make one step, everybody knows you're from New York. You know what I'm saying? There's a different step that we take. There's a different energy. There's a different aggressiveness that's not being showcased like that.
It's true. It's just us. It's just natural. Yeah, you're right, bro. You were there for that GCW show that they did in Queens?
Yeah.
When we did that 6-man?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. The crowd just started screaming, "Yeah!" It was insane. And then,
so I told you, you're.
Yeah, and we were in freaking Hamburg, Pennsylvania, and when we came out, that's all you hear is "Yeah," and I was like, "What the fuck?" The hood came out here.
Yo, a lot of people don't understand that, like that area, like they don't get it.
Yeah, man, it's awesome, bro.
I was going to ask, now that you are in the position that you are right now, I saw that you guys have a show on Saturday. Now, that's your promotion that you're doing now? You guys are doing together?
So Steve Bama is he's an entrepreneur, engineer, and he gave me and my brother a call. He actually saw us in Atlantic City after a GCW show. And I've been working with him on headphones, and I created a pair of headphones called band phones, and we sold about, we put speakers inside of a headband. If you guys go to bandphones.com, you go check them out. When I see you guys, I'll have a pair of each for free. Don't worry about it. I got you guys. And And we sold like
shit.
25,000 units already.
Whoa.
Yeah. So we've been doing good with that shit. So Bama was like, hey man, you and your brother are very creative. I would like to see how you run a show. And I was like, if you back it, we'll book it. And that's what he did. He backed it, we booked it.
So that's gonna be your first show?
Yeah, this is gonna be our first show Saturday. We sold out from row, so it's cool. You guys are more than welcome to come.
Well, I was gonna say right now, I spoke to my brother. Me and him are gonna drive Saturday morning to go to your show. I already bought the tickets already. Yeah, so I told my bro, he convinced me, yo, I got some money. I'll take you for your birthday. Just what you want to go. I said, we're gonna go to a show. He said, fuck it, we'll go to the show. So we're gonna drive Saturday morning. So go over there.
Bring your
That's what I'm talking about.
Bring your camera.
Okay.
Bring your camera.
Bring your camera because we're gonna have a press junkie at the end of the night.
Okay.
And I would like to put it there. Us and Guerreros, we like Maximos and Guerreros, we got a thing going. So Chavo Guerrero recently joined the SAT. So he's like, that's like my
shit.
Yeah. So Chavo, me, my brothers, we all together, and we're gonna be doing a lot of things in different companies now. So Saturday we really are gonna do the whole thing. I can't talk about it.
No.
But it's Atlanta City. I'm gonna say Atlanta City offered us a deal with the Wing Company. Bama has a lot of connections. He has a lot of money. That's what money does. Gets you connections. And we're gonna run a couple of shows to see how it goes. But like a lot of things are happening at once now. Now everything's picking up. So I'm not sure what we're gonna be doing. If it's gonna be a solid, permanent thing, but for right now, it's looking good.
Yeah, because I saw it's gonna be like Latin nights, almost all Puerto Ricans up in that show. I said, yo, we gotta go to that shit.
And then there's they have beers and they're gonna have food and they're gonna have a lot of girls. We got like 20 girls that serve people.
Hey, Chef.
Yeah, so
Chef, guess which female's gonna be wrestling that night that we don't like?
I don't know. I like. Oh, don't say Amber Nova.
Yep.
Yeah. What's going on there?
Yo, I don't know. I'm not a fan of her work, bro. I'm not gonna lie to you. I used to watch her in the Impact Zone all the time, and I'm like, oh man, I'm just not like. She was super nice. Don't get me twisted. Like she's super sweetheart. Like real talk, she is. I was like, oh, I don't like this chick.
Jacob, chill, man. Sorry, bro. Sorry,
no, Chef about that.
My son is 3, and he's a terrorist.
Hey, go right ahead. Hey, put him there too. Have him talk.
Jacob.
No, that's the same thing I call. That's the same thing I call my daughter. I'm like, oh man, I don't negotiate with terrorists.
Bro, this kid breaks all my stuff. Now he don't want to come.
It's all good.
Yeah.
You know what? Before we get out of here, please plug all your social media.
Yeah, everything's at Rio Joel Maximo. Oh, there he goes. Look, Jacob. Look, say hi.
Hey.
Punk.
You got that Puerto Rican hair too. That ponytail Puerto Rican
long hair. He's a wrestler. He's gonna be a wrestler. I've been training him.
Let's go.
Yeah, he's gonna wrestle. I told his mom already. He's a wrestler. Hey, that's it.
Hey, can we pull him against Mount Hardy's son? Because they're the same age, probably.
Yeah, they're probably the same age. Let's go.
I want to see who's gonna win.
Yo, at Rio Joel Maximo on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook is the SAT Maximo Bros. That's all my plugins. Saturday is our first show with Win, Fatu, and Joey. Y'all know Joey Conway?
I don't know Joey Conway, but I'm a big Jacob Fatu fan.
Yo, bro,
Huge.
Joey Conway is the real deal, son. I'm telling you, that kid's gonna be it. So they're facing off. Jacob is excited about wrestling him too. He called me today. He was fired up because of that promo that he did on him.
Okay.
Yeah,
I seen the graphics, so I don't know who he is, but I was like, if he's going against Jacob Fatu, that's crazy.
No, yeah, the kid's gonna get signed soon. I know it for a fact. And then I know Danny Miles from Big Time Wrestling.
Nah.
No.
You coming to the show, bro?
I live in Florida now.
Oh man.
Yeah,
I just bought the house, so I'm stuck.
Yeah.
I'm all the way in Texas.
No, don't worry. I'll send you the links as soon as it's edited on Wednesday or Thursday.
Yeah, I
That's what's
live
up.
in upstate Rochester, so upstate New York, so it's only
You'll be,
5 hour
you'll
drive.
be with me. He's gonna be
Yes.
with me Saturday. We're gonna be calling you guys on FaceTime.
With the flag. So you guys all you
Hell
guys
yeah.
can sign it.
Yeah, you want to come out? You want to come out with 5150?
Hell yeah! They know me.
Oh.
They know me. So
All right.
Yeah, they fuck with him.
I got them to
That's
sign the
awesome.
flag. Yeah,
Those
tell
are
them,
his people.
tell them so they know.
Yo, you're gonna see them. You're gonna see them Saturday.
Yeah, tell them. I tell them I'm the special mascot for 5150.
That's right.
Yo,
Bro,
but no, real talk, man. We really appreciate you because this is gonna cut off because Zoom gives us a
Thank
certain
you.
amount of time.
Thank you guys.
But real talk, yo, I appreciate it. Real talk.
Thank you so much, bro. Thank you for having me. Yo, I want to come back on the next show with my brothers. Talk some more.